Hello lovelies, welcome back. My name is Tehja and today I have another extra special video for you for 7 days of a Teezy Valentine. Today is episode 4 and today what we doing is we're making a DIY belly chain, and I freaking saw like this belly chain all over Instagram and all over social media, and I've always wanted one, so I decided of course to make it myself and to share it with you guys because I can't keep all the goodies to myself. And so if you would like to know how to make this DIY belly chain, please keep on watching. Alright, so these are the timestamps for this DIY, so in case you want to jump to a portion of this video, then you know where it's at. So now these are the materials that you'll need. You will need crystal trim or rhinestone trim. I got single row, but you can also use double row. You'll also need laser cut letters. You can use whatever color, but I chose pink. You'll need 2 sets of jewelry pliers. You'll also need jewelry cutters or scissors that can cut through like small chains or something. Then you'll also need jewelry jump rings. Now I usually have this in every jewelry tutorial that I have, and this set of jewelry jump rings comes in all these different sizes, and you'll need also lobster clasps as well. So now it is DIY time. So I'm just going to take this crystal trim and I'm just going to measure it around my like in between waist and hip area, because that's where I want the chain to fall. And I'm just going to mark that, and then I'm going to cut it with jewelry, also pliers, or not pliers, chain cutters. So I'm taking like that size. I'll like put the numbers on there, but it's like a pretty small size. I think it's like the 3rd biggest jump ring size, and I'm going to hook that in between the 1st and 2nd rhinestone of that side of the crystal trim. And then I'm going to take another one and then put that, or the open jump ring I just hooked onto the crystal trim. Then you're going to loop a new one on that and then close that jump ring. So you have 2 hanging off of the crystal trim. I know it's a little confusing, but if you watch my other jewelry DIYs, then you'll know what I'm talking about. So anyway, we just attached 2 jump rings onto the crystal trim. So now we're going to take another one and open it up and then hook that onto that jump ring, right? So you have like a chain of jump rings, and then while that jump ring is open, and we're going to hook a lobster clasp onto it and then close it. So that's the closure part of our belly chain. So that's what the whole sequence that we just did should look like. And now we're moving on to the other side to create the opener for the belly chain. So we're taking the same size jump ring, and I'm going to hook that on to the other end, right? And then we're going to take another jump ring and hook that to the open jump ring, and we're going to close it. And I'm sorry, like some things are out of focus because the camera was like super confused about what was going on. So I apologize, but hopefully you guys can get the gist of what I'm doing. So I just closed the jump ring. And so now we're going to take silver chain, which I also forgot to add in the materials list. And I'm just going to take like a pretty long amount. You only really need 3 inches. I went super ham, but I'm going to open a actual chain link, and that will be like the quote unquote cut for the chain, because you can't really use it with the cutters that we have already. So now I'm going to take a bigger jump ring and I'm going to hook it between the chain and also the sequence of jump rings that we have, and we're going to hook those and connect those together, so it's just like one long super duper trim situation. And we added the chain just to act as our like jewelry extender, so just in case you want it to be lower or higher or whatever you need. So now we're going to take our laser cut letters, and there's like this backing that you have to peel off of it, or it like protects it from any scratches or anything like that. So you're just going to peel that off real quick. So I ordered these laser cut letters with a hole at the top of the letters so I can hook them on. You can order them with 2 holes or no holes or whatever, but just make sure you order the ones with the holes at the top. So I'm going to lay my crystal trim out, and I'm going to fold it in half. And just the crystal trim part, not adding the chain, just to find the middle of the crystal trim. And that's where my middle letter is going to go. So it's the E for me because I have 5 letters in my name. And from that, you just place the rest of the letters where you think you want them to go. For me, I made a mistake because I spaced them out like evenly, but you want them to be as close together as possible. And so I had to redo that later. So now I'm taking pretty much the second to biggest jump ring, and I'm going to use those to attach the letters to the crystal trim. So now I'm going to attach the first letter, even though it should start with the middle letter first because that's the one that's like the reference point. But what I'm going to do is open the jump ring, and then I'm going to hook it through the like little hole of the laser cut letter, and then also hook it onto the crystal trim. Yeah, it's a little tricky at first because of the size difference, and I didn't go to like the biggest jump ring only because I don't want the letters to slide all around the crystal trim. Like, I want it to be secure for where it is, so that's why I use the smaller ones. And so after you hook it onto both of them, then you're just going to close it. And also just make sure you have enough space when you close the jump ring for just the crystal trim to lay flat, because it'll tend to twist if there's not enough space. So anyway, I'm just going to continue to attach the laser cut letters onto the crystal trim, which is easy peasy lemon squeezy. And then after that, I will show you the finished project. So this is how the belly chain came out. It's so freaking pretty, and I love the color combination. So that is it pretty much for this episode of 7 Days of a Teezy Valentine. And so if you recreate this DIY, please tag me at Teezy Season on Instagram and all of that good stuff, and also comment down below like what color belly chain you're gonna make in the comments down below and all of that good stuff. So please subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and please turn on your post notifications so you'll be notified whenever I upload a new video and all of that good stuff. So love yourself, and I will see you next video. Mwah!